do you think? Is it time for a return to kind of public safety videos aimed at children?
I don't think so. I mean, you know, go right ahead and spend 20 million if you must. But the question is, are children watching this stuff? Do they take it in? Do they believe it? Or what we rather need is a GPS map of every pond in the country and some proper signage near those ponds warning people about the dangers that happen with icing over at Christmas. That signage in this country is very, very poor, whether it's safety or directional.
But people don't read signs. I've lost count. I go to the ponds with my kid, and everyone feeds the ducks. And there are about 10 signs that say, do not feed the ducks.
Well, ducks is a little different from a drowning.
No, I'm talking about a sign.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is that another video is, you know, a Band-Aid solution for a deeper problem. The other thing that needs to be done, on top of signs, not the only thing, is to get to schools about it and to get to the kids about it and, you know, really explain to them why too much safety isn't a great idea, but on this occasion it's very wise and people have died. It's a shocking incident. So.
It is. It's really shocking, very upsetting. Brett says, Michelle, I can remember the Green Cross Code man, stop, look and listen. He says, but these days that advert would be saying, walk straight out, your music in your ears, nice and loud. It would all be very different. Anyway, Atul, what do you remember those videos?
I do remember them. I grew up in the 70s. I remember actually a very, very high kind of injury count for the kids in those videos. I think it would be a great idea. Updated, though, they have to be striking like they were. I mean, back in the 70s, there wasn't much to look at in the 80s as well. There wasn't much to watch on TV, so you watched it, whatever was served out. But in the world of social, in the world of online, there's ways to have that go viral. There's great creatives that can make this striking and drive sharing and engagement amongst kids. And to be honest, if anything helps avert what happened, even if it's 5 million, 10 million quid on a campaign, do it.
Yeah, I'm showing my age now. I am having flashbacks to being at school assembly, and they used to wheel this telly in this wooden cabinet. They used to wheel it in, and then used to open the doors, and we used to have to watch these things. Some people, though, the flip side of the argument would be, why is it the government's job to parent the children? That's what some people will say. Why is it the job of the government to warn children of dangers?
Part of the job of the government is to make sure to make sure people have the information they need and to create an environment where you understand, you know, the basics of kind of living in society. Most parents will kind of tell their kids off for doing things that they shouldn't do, but sometimes they don't. And actually, if a campaign which will cost per capita like a few pennies per person helps avert this, if it sends a message that's striking enough and resonant enough for young people to engage with, then great. Because, you know, in the 70s and the early 80s, that scared the living hell out of me.
I remembered it to this day.